Now, it's not too late to plant heat-loving flowers and vegetables. Things like tomatoes. Tomatoes come from Central America, and so they can tolerate heat, which is why they do so well in steamy places like Nebraska and Iowa. And they grow like weeds here once it gets hot. And other plants like eggplant, basil, squash, beans, those are all from subtropical or tropical places, and so once the heat's on, they get going. But they all need moisture to thrive.
So many people ask us, when should I water my plants? And the answer to that is when they're dry. Seriously, people, just get a moisture meter. They're $10, simple to use. You put them in the soil and they will tell you if you need to water. It is best to water your plants either in the morning or at night. I prefer to do it at night, and then the plants have all night long to absorb that great water.
Many people assume that a wilted plant needs water. That is not necessarily true. A plant can wilt from the heat to save energy and may perk back up after it cools off later in the evening. You would know which it is if you used a water meter.
But plants need more than water, they need food. Last week, Heather and Rob fertilized all the pots on the patio, and that area has exploded. And now it's on to the Mediterranean border. The plants in this area are heat-loving plants like you'd find in the Mediterranean regions. And they will also put on a display if you fertilize them every 10 days.
If you ask me, a watering schedule is stupid. It doesn't take into account the weather, the humidity, rain, wind, heat, water when plants need it. And when you do it, water thoroughly. Now, this thing with short bursts every couple of times a day, that is worthless. You need to water deep and long so that the water really penetrates. Because if you don't, it's really damaging, especially if you have a tree in the middle of the lawn and you're just doing those short bursts. That tree never gets any water because the water only goes this deep, and it encourages the roots to stay at the surface, so when it is hot, it burns up fast. So do your job properly and we'll get through this.